Top story tonight, people all across the world are trying to figure out the identity of a teenage girl found dead in East Point. Now, we just received this sketch right here, a new sketch, in hopes of generating even more tips.
Police found her February 12th, abandoned outside a vacant house in East Point, beaten to death, half naked. She was a teenager, no ID. Now there is a second sketch of what she looked like, thanks to a retired FBI agent working with the National Center for Missing and Exploited Children who asked to help, who drew the sketch from police photos of her body.
These are very noticeable freckles, birthmarks on the face. That's going to help us to find her. I honestly believe that.
Authorities say she was wearing a necklace with the year 2005 on it and had on an anklet with the word spelled W-I-X-K-E-D. East Point police say they got a call for a person down on Ben Hill Saturday. She was found dead next to a vacant home and later pronounced dead. Investigators blocked off the road for much of the afternoon Saturday, scouring the area for clues. Days after she was found dead, there's still no indication of who she is. An autopsy revealed she died of blunt force trauma to the head, although at this point in the investigation, it's not clear where the violence started or who started it. The GBI is also investigating.
East Point police finally identifying a teenage girl who was beaten to death and left at an abandoned home.
For nearly 2 months, police had no idea who she was. And then this past Friday, her parents reached out to them saying she may be their child. Liza Lucas is live at East Point Police Department headquarters right now, where she just spoke with investigators.
Jeff and Jennifer, investigators tell me the teen, she was only 16 years old, and they tell me that she was from Georgia, but not from here in Metro Atlanta. So now the investigation continues into how she got here in East Point and who killed her.
Not only saw, had empathy, but they had sympathy for this family as far as a loved one not knowing where their child is and that this child is deceased and their family don't know it. So I think it kind of like touched the whole community as well as the police department as a whole. And everyone just came together.
3 months after a teenager was killed and found in a yard. Now, someone found the teen's body outside a home on Ben Hill Road in East Point in February. East Point police now want to talk to Jamarcus McCrary. Police are not identifying the victim, but say that she was 16 years old.
A person of interest after a teenage girl was beaten to death.
Our Joe Hankey is in East Point with what we know so far about the person police want to interview.
We've been in touch with East Point police behind me today to learn more about the young man they released a name and photo of. And at this point, they simply want to interview him. That man is seen here. This is Jamarcus McCrary. Police are searching for him as they continue to investigate how the body of a 16-year-old girl ended up outside this vacant home on Ben Hill Road back in February. Police have only named McCrary as a person of interest in this case, not a suspect. And we searched court records today for Fulton, DeKalb, Cobb, Gwinnett, and several other metro counties and did not find any criminal history for anyone with that name. Police have not publicly released the victim's name, but say her parents came forward and identified her in April and asked that they not share her name. Police have said she died from blunt force trauma, and her death is being considered a homicide. And since early this morning, we've been trying to interview East Point detectives to ask how is McCrary connected to this case and the victim, but so far they have not been available.